pet lovers, this is Liana with Wet Noses Pet Sitting, and today we are going to talk about the pros and cons of indoor and outdoor cats. So here in Northern Colorado, we get a lot of both. I see a lot of people with cats that are 100% indoors, cats that are outdoors, cats that are indoor-outdoor, and do a little bit of both. So we're going to kind of talk about the difference, and we are going to start with outdoor cats. So outdoor cats have an average lifespan of 2 to 5 years. It's not terribly long. I will say here in our area specifically, we have a lot of predators, especially for people who live close to the foothills and whatnot. There is a lot of predation problems here. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. If you do have an outdoor cat, you want to use flea preventative if possible. So you usually use that every 30 days. There's various other illnesses and whatnot that are more common in cats that are outdoors that we're going to cover momentarily. If you do have a cat outside, definitely try to bring them in at night, because night tends to be the more dangerous time for cats when more wild animals are out and there are things going on that can be of harm to them. So definitely, at least if you're going to have your cat inside part of the time, do consider bringing them in during the night. One thing we are seeing is people having more catios and fenced-in cat areas in their yard. So technically why these cats are going outside, they are still contained in a safe environment. So that is definitely an option for you. It can be either a fully enclosed catio, that is either you can put your cat in it or they can access it through a window or something along those lines, or you can just have a fenced-in yard that it contains your cat. That's another video about how to build cat fencing, but it exists. So that's definitely an option for you, and that's slightly safer than letting your cat roam the neighborhood. If you do have an outdoor cat, it's always good to spay and neuter your cats no matter what, highly recommended. But if you do have an outdoor cat, definitely spay and neuter them. They can get pregnant at a very young age, and we definitely need to help with the pet overpopulation problems that we have here in the United States. With outdoor cats, you definitely want to have them microchipped, and then also have them wear a breakaway collar if you're going to have them wear a collar. Collars are great. It's a great way to identify them, especially if a neighbor or somebody picks them up. But you do want to have it be a breakaway, specifically so that if they get it stuck on something, they don't get stuck and hang from whatever that item is, say it be a fence or a tree. It'll just break away. That does mean you're going to have to replace collars more often, but it's way better than having a problem with your cat getting stuck somewhere. Some of the common health problems we do see in outdoor cats are heat stroke and hypothermia, especially if they get stuck in warm or cold weather. Sometimes cats will get stuck in, say, like a neighbor's garage or a shed or something along those lines and not be able to get home in terrible weather. You can also have bacterial and various viral infections. There's generally going to be more vaccinations and things that your veterinarian wants to give your cat if your cat is going to be spending time outdoors. We do see a lot of wounds from fights with other cats or with other animals, so things that develop into abscesses and whatnot, or just general wounds that you have to keep an eye out for. And another thing is you can have a lot of problems with ingesting toxic substances, so things like antifreeze and whatnot are things that cats will have access to outside that of course they do not have inside. All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about indoor cats. So indoor cat lifespan is more in the 10 to 15 year range, and we're seeing a lot of cats go even much longer than that. So that's definitely a pro for having a cat indoors. They're a little bit more prone to obesity and diabetes and sedentary lifestyle because they're contained and they don't have as many natural world stimulants in their life. So that is a con. If you did want to try to replicate that inside, you can by having lots of toys and trees and cat perches. You can have things in front of windows with bird feeders on the other side so that they can see a lot of these things. And as I discussed earlier, you can also have catios where they're contained, so they might be spending time outside, but they're not necessarily interacting with wildlife. When you have cats outside, or strictly indoors, sometimes the vaccinations that you need are less. You don't generally need flea medication unless you live in an area that has a high flea levels, which is generally not as big of a problem if your cat is kept inside. If you do want to try going outside with your cat, if you have an indoor cat and you don't want to do a catio, you can also try leash training them, which is a lot of fun. Some cats take to it and some do not, so it's not for everybody. But you can have cats outside on a leash with a harness, and they can that way safely interact with the world without being out on their own. And again, we always recommend spaying and neutering for all cats, whether they're indoors or outdoors. So in general, to summarize, I would say that cats indoors are generally safer. The reason that people allow cats outdoors is so that they can get more activity and stimulation, and they feel bad about containing them indoors. You can replicate a lot of the outdoor activity either inside or by doing measures like a catio or training for a harness and a leash so that they can get some of that same activity without the same level of danger. So definitely something for you to consider when you're deciding whether you're going to let your cat outside or not. So definitely follow us. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Follow and subscribe wherever you are. And we will be back soon with another video. And I say hello to your pets from us.